Hi, how are you today? Welcome, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. I am Kelly Pitts, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Lubbock, Texas. And I have a blog at createwithkelly.com. And I have a YouTube channel I'd love to share with you for you to subscribe to. And that's Create with Kelly Pitts. Then I also, if you'd like to connect on Facebook, you can find me at Create with Kelly on Facebook too. I also have a group called Create with Kelly Crew. So hope you'll join us in some of those. We have a great time here in the Lubbock area. We do live classes here. I've got some coming up. I know I have one on Sunday the 18th and then one Monday the 19th, and then the next Saturday. I meant to look to see what that was. I think it's the 24th. I don't have it in front of me right this minute. But I appreciate you tuning in. We're going to play with a wonderful, we're going to use some of the Nature's Sweetness suite that we've used before, but it's focusing more on the designer series paper called Flight Airy that is in the Sale-a-bration catalog. And we're doing one of those. I have done 12 cards, I believe, already, and kind of doing a couple more alternatives for those classes that are coming up. So if y'all are interested, let me know, and I will show you in the brochure here. This is in the Sale-a-bration brochure that goes January, February, and that is coming up soon. It ends at the end of February. So if you are interested, please let me know. And I realized I did not get my host code changed for February. So we'll just see if I can get that switched real quick while we're talking here. Let's see if I can do that. Let's see. Well, nope. Right this minute, I cannot. So y'all ignore that host code. It's not going to work. I fixed one and then I didn't get it on here. Okay. Well, did I miss it? Oh, here we go. Flight Airy. It is on page 6 of the Sale-a-bration brochure. And I will be showing you some of that paper shortly. So I'm excited that you've joined. This is like one of my favorite ones, if not my favorite out of this out of the 12 that I've designed so far using this Flight Airy paper. It is, and I will be doing a blog post soon about that. It should post tomorrow, I believe. So please let me know who you are if you're watching. Thanks for tuning in. We're going to be using the stamp set, some of the stamp set and the dies from Notes of Nature that are part of the Nature Sweetness suite. And then we're also going to be using the Hello There from the Softly Sophisticated bundle that comes with an embossing folder that we're not using today, but we are using the stamp set. And that is another item in the Sale-a-bration catalog. And that one is the $100 level. If y'all are not familiar with Sale-a-bration, you get free goodies through the end of February. For every $50 you order, you can choose a free item. Or if you're at the $100 level, you can choose this bundle. So I will get going here. I have been out of town and kind of missed some live. So I'm excited to be back with you. Thanks for tuning in and being patient with me. Okay, let's see here. We are going with, let me switch over the camera. Y'all don't need to see me big enough. Let's see if I can get that light a little closer. I think that gold paper is kind of messing with us. Is that better? Okay. Y'all let me know in the comments if I need to change something or move something or do whatever. So I get distracted sometimes. If you know me, you know that's quite often. But I have a lot of fun. So that's what counts. All right, we're going to start with our piece of crumb cake. And that is the typical 5.5 by 8.5 size. For this class, I did not concentrate. A lot of times I do fun folds for my classes here in Lubbock. And I'll also be offering this. If I have some kits left, I will offer those also as a class to go. So we've got the 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4 1/4, and that's your typical card base there. Then we have a piece of the Nature's Sweetness, the gold foil that has the leaves on it. Isn't that gorgeous? Don't you love that? Oh, love that paper. And we're going to use Stampin' Seal. I always recommend on foil paper to use Stampin' Seal rather than liquid glue, because it just, sometimes liquid glue, when you do the little squiggles, it can show. And who needs the little squiggles where you don't want them, right? So we're going to use this. Let me get my silicone mat, and we'll just go make sure I've got the corners. You don't have to go cover the whole thing. It'll lay on. There we go. And I cut a hole in it, so I have the little piece of foil that I cut out. I'm going to use that just on a different card. And I did the same thing with my Night of Navy. So I'll be going through these with you. This is 4 by 5 1/4, our typical size. And we're just going to put that on the front. Like I said, I really like using seal for that, even if seal is not your favorite. And some folks like it. It's their top choice of adhesive, and then others prefer liquid. So in this instance, I would recommend the seal. Excuse me just a sec. Allergies. We're supposed to be getting, sorry about that. Let's turn around so y'all don't have to see that. Sorry. But like I said, allergies are a little bit crazy. Maybe if we get a little snow like we're supposed to tomorrow, it'll kill some of this stuff that's making everybody sneezy. Okay, now we're going to take a piece of, let's get my little ruler here. This is Night of Navy, and it is 3 1/4 by 4 1/4, I believe. Yes, 4 1/4. 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. We're going to kind of audition our pieces here and see exactly what we want. Looks like I'm already missing one. Hopefully I have it right here. Okay, and this is another piece of the DSP in the Nature's Sweetness set. And y'all, please, somebody who's watching, if you would let me know you've got audio and all that, that would be great. All right, we're going to have that one. That one looks right. This is a little bit smaller, probably 1/4 inch smaller. It's 3 by 4. Okay, and that is the one with the gold. These little gold splotches are already on there. Isn't that cool? This is Pebbled Path, and it looks kind of like newsprint with gold speckled on it, which I kind of thought looked similar to like parakeet. If you had some newspaper in a cage, you know, they would not be gold, but it might have spots on the newsprint. So there's that. And then I have this started off at 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 for the inside. And then I've used the perennial postage dies, which I don't believe I brought in here. No, I thought I did, but evidently I took them out. So I don't have those to show you, but that's how I made all these little edges. Isn't that pretty? Okay, and the Calypso coral was a little bit bigger than this, probably 2 1/4 by 3 would be about right to cut for this Calypso coral. Then we have this piece of the glimmer paper. It comes in several different colors. It has a package. No, this is Subtles. It's in the annual catalog. It's called Shimmer, soft shimmer paper, not glimmer. Soft shimmer, I believe. And it has the navy and fresh freesia, bubble bath, pretty peacock. Don't quote me. There are 5 colors, so berry burst, I think. So those are gorgeous. And look at, can you see the detail in that? Isn't that beautiful? And that is from my favorite, very favorite die in the Notes of Nature. That is just from this die. The die cuts it out and gives you that texture. So it is beautiful. It's fun to work with. Okay, so that started off at about, I believe it was 1.5 inches. Yeah, 1.5 inches by 4. I think I did 4, right at 4, because no, I had to use more. That's about 4.5. I thought I cut it down to 4 so I could get several across, but maybe this one's just bigger. But you could just decide yourself if you wanted it a little shorter. You could get 3 across on your 12 by 12 that way, because this comes in a sheet of 12 by 12. Okay, and then you've got a little piece of crumb cake, which is, you could probably do about 2 1/4 by 1 inch on that. And that'll do ya. And then we've got these gorgeous birds. This is the sheet in the designer series paper, the Flight Airy. It has this on one side, and then it has a whole sheet of all different birds on the other side. So you can make multiples of whatever's on that sheet, and all of mine are cut up. I've already had 2 packs, and I've cut up every bird, which means 4 sheets of these. You probably get, I don't know, maybe 16 birds, 16 full birds off of that sheet. So we're going to fussy cut one. I just did one. I was already in my 3-minute countdown when I remembered I hadn't done that. So I did one real quickly, and then I'm going to show you how quick it is to do this other one. Let's just go ahead and do that while we're chit-chatting about it. And if y'all have any questions or comments or anything, please let me know. I would love to help you. And if you need any of these products, of course, I sell these through my Stampin' Up! Online store. You can go to createwithkelly.com and hit shop, and it will take you to my Stampin' Up! Store. So would love to help you with that. And of course, like I said, my host code is wrong. I will have that on my blog. I'll post the measurements that I just told you all about on this card, but I'll post all those measurements and the supply list with a photo of this card, and that will be posted by tomorrow. I'm not sure it will post today, even if I got it totally finished, but I think it will post tomorrow. So hope y'all are in a nice, pleasant area. I know there's a lot of the country that's getting snow, and every time I look at the weather on Yahoo, it just looks like it's just going to be, it's hardly going to get above freezing. But then I'll get another alert that says we're supposed to get 2 to 8 inches. So I don't know. I don't know how that can be if it's 50 degrees in the daytime. So we'll see what happens. You know, sometimes those weather guys, whatever you call them, weather guys, weather masters, I don't know what they are. Weather forecasters, I guess, is what they are. Okay, see, you can see how easy that was. I did that really quickly. And if you're extremely particular, you can go in and cut a little bit better. But, you know, I think this is just great. Just make it quick and easy. These are really kind of a sketchy watercolory look, so they're not perfect. And why would our cuts have to be perfect if the painting is not perfect, right? Take it easy on yourself. All right, we're going to use a little crumb cake on our blending brush and kind of do a little bit of color on here. Can you see that on this card, how we've got a little bit of the color? And then I also distressed it a little bit. I think I'm going to distress this one even more. And you can use like an old pair of scissors instead of using your good pair to kind of distress that. But all you do is you can use your fingernail if you want. Mine are just horrible anyway. So, and I should be doing this over something and not over my desk, but of course I didn't think about that. I could do it over this and then get rid of that. How about that idea? So I'm really excited that y'all have joined, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube or you're watching the replay. I'm happy to still answer your questions if you want to make a comment, even if you're not on live with me. That would be great. And you can see I'm just, and it's okay if it tears a little bit. That just kind of gets you the look that we're going for here. I kind of wanted this one a little more modern. I started doing it just with the straight edges and not distressing it. And then I decided it needed it. And so this one's going to be more distressed because we're doing this one on purpose to start with. You could even crinkle it if you want. We might try that on this one. Let's get some of that mess out of the way. What do we think about that? Want to crinkle it? I don't know. Let's wrinkle it a little bit, shall we? Just to see how that changes the look. We want you to see how you can get a variety of looks. All right, we're doing that right there. We're going to distress that just a little more. Okay. Now we're going to get our crumb cake out. I'm just going to put a sheet of scratch paper under here. Get rid of that distressing crumbs. Okay, we're going to take our blending brush, and these come in a package of 3. And we'll get our crumb cake. Make sure we're all still in screen here. There we go. I feel like I've got a laptop down there. Whew, hope that doesn't come on. Kept hearing something that sounded like it was moving or running, and I couldn't figure out what it was. And you want to stamp, take your blending brush and get some ink on there and always tap it off, and then try to go onto your paper from the side. And we want it uneven. You want to leave some a little bit white, and we want some darker than some parts darker than others. How about that? Okay. Then I'm going to take on this one and take a little splatter. This splatter stamp is from the Notes of Nature also. We're going to add a few of these little splatters so that we have the crumb cake splatters as well as the gold in there. Isn't that fun? Love it. Okay, I think we've gotten enough on that. Okay, then we'll take our, I think I'm going to stamp, we're going to stamp one more and then stamp off onto our little piece of crumb cake, our little banner that is right here. I know it is because I showed it to you earlier. We're just going to stamp across there. So we have some light splatters on it too. Trying to tie that theme in. Okay. And this die is also in the postage, the perennial postage dies that we used elsewhere to cut out the outlines, but it cuts out that cute little label. However, there aren't a lot of labels, a lot of greetings that will fit on there. So I'm looking for my stamp cleaner. Here we go. Stampin' Chamois. Let me get that cleaned off a little bit before we move on. All right. What else do we need to do? Let's see. Let's stamp our greeting. We're going to go with hello there. And you do need to get pretty close to the left edge of this for it to fit, because you want to be able to tuck in the right edge. So we're just tap, tap, tap. And try to stamp that straight. as I said, get it over toward the left as much as you can. Stamp down, give that some good pressure. Make sure we've gotten it good and dark. This is Night of Navy ink. We've been using Crumb Cake. Now we've got Night of Navy. And then while we've got the Night of Navy out, we're going to stamp on the inside. I'm going to use the kind of the same leaf pattern. It's from the Notes of Nature also. And we're going to stamp some navy leaves at the bottom. I've already die cut this with the perennial postage dies. And I'm going to do 3 of these. Whoop, I kind of went in a little far on that. Wasn't thinking, but that's okay. We'll just write short messages on here, won't we? Not leaving myself a lot of room to write a big message at the top, but it's really pretty. These leaves are pretty, and this stamp, of course, came from that Notes of Nature too. And this is Calypso Coral. And I am using 1st generation only. It's totally up to you. If y'all want to do some 1st generation and 2nd generation, you could. I just kind of liked it better with the same vivid colors that are on the front of the card. Then I'm going to take the Crumb Cake and go back in there. And just do a few splatters here and there. To kind of tie that in. Now that's going to be on the inside at the bottom of the card. Isn't that cool? Just a really different look, huh? And you still have plenty of room to write up here. And if you want to kind of tie in what we did before, you could take your blending brush again and just kind of come in, do a little bit of this. Totally up to you. If you want to leave it the stark white, that would be pretty too. It has kind of a more modern look, and this is a little more vintagey, but yet the leaves are kind of a modern touch. And there's the inside of our card done. Don't have any questions so far. I haven't missed anything, I hope. Okay. Now we will get to putting this together. Let me clean these stamps really quickly. I just can't stand not to do that. So, hope y'all are enjoying this. And like I said, you only have till the end of February to get your free Sale-a-bration items. So be putting your wish list together and get your order going so that you can get this Flight Airy paper before it goes out. I will be giving you lots of card samples on my blogs and on videos showing you ways to use these. All right, that's out of the way. We're ready now. Oh, we still have a lot of mess that you're looking at. Sorry. Let me see if I can get that off of here. So you don't have to see mess. Okay, let me have a sip of water. Kind of dry here in West Texas. Where are y'all from? Hope you'll let me know in the comments with whoever's watching. And now let's go ahead. I think we're good on this one for the inside. We're just going to let that be as is. And you can use if you like liquid glue, you can use that. If you prefer the seal, use that. Doesn't really matter for this little inside piece. We're just going to get that in. and move on to the front. There we go. I think my camera's not exactly straight, but nope, wrong way. Hopefully that's light enough for you. Okay. Now we're going to kind of see where we want these. And I have, like I said, I just took the holes out. It takes some of the weight out of the card and you won't see that it's missing. So you might as well use that on another card, right? Okay, I'm kind of liking that. And I guess this could go over the top if you wanted it to. So we might try that. Okay, but we do like this at that angle. So we're going to kind of do it a little bit like this. I'm just going to use the liquid on this one. Get our little silicone mat back out. I know a lot of people don't mess with that, but I really like using it so it doesn't make a mess all over the place. This glue, I think I thinned it or something. It's thinner than usual. Okay. We're just going to take that, put it at an angle. And I think this one is just a little bit bigger than the last one I did. I made it a little bit bigger. Okay, then we're going to do this one. And that could be flat or that could be dimensional. I'm just going to kind of glue maybe the middle of that. Since we've kind of wadded it all up, we're just going to put some glue on there and see what sticks. Leave those edges free to do whatever they want. So I'm going to leave some of that bunchy stuff in there and not worry about gluing the edges down. I kind of like that look. Okay. And my glue is being ornery here because, like I said, I think I thinned this one down. Let's get a little... Okay. Now we've got our cute little Calypso coral back, and I think I'm going to add a little of our crumb cake on here. Whoops. Went the wrong way with that one. We'll just wipe that up. Here we go. Okay. I think I'm going to try some splatter on this one, and that way y'all can see two different ways to do it. Even though we've cleaned our stamp already, it's all right. We'll just see if we like this. I'm just going to do the crumb cake. And that was a second generation, so stamped off a little bit there. And those are kind of opposite, so that ought to work. The bird's going to kind of cover that one up, so it's not really going to matter about the middle. We won't worry about that middle. Okay. Hope y'all are doing great. Thank you again for tuning in, and please share if you've got some crafty friends who might enjoy this. And just a reminder, this free paper is only good through the end of February or until supplies last. So you better get your order ready. I'm happy to help you if you have any questions. Okay, we are ready. We're going to put this on with Stampin' Dimensionals. And I'm going to dimensional it, and I'm going to dimensional the birds. We're done with stamping. We'll get that out of your way. Let's get that where you can see better. Okay, let's see how we want this. I think we want this one kind of straight almost. And I'm going to try to put dimensionals where the birds are not going to be, if that makes sense. So they're not in the top corners. So we're putting it there. They are going to be in this corner, but not this one. So we're only going to put dimensionals in 3 places. Let's see. I like that with it coming over the blue a little bit, but also like that. And I'm not going to really stick those down really well yet until I see how this works with the birds. And we're also going to do this. Isn't that beautiful with that subtle paper? Gosh, it's gorgeous. Okay, then we'll decide, do we want this on top or we want that on top? I think we want that on top. Yeah, we want that down flat. So we'll just glue this one flat. Oops, sorry. Have my arm in the way. We're just going to stick that underneath here and up. And then we'll get some glue on the back of this and glue it flat. See how we want our little birds to be. Something like that. Okay, so we'll just glue this. I'm going to glue just the main white part there, like the stem and the solid part on the leaves. I'm not going to put it on the part that's textured with the folder because it may ooze glue through there. And I'm not sure if that's going all the way to the end. I'm just going to go partly there, but that should be plenty of glue too. And I shouldn't have gone, well, I didn't go all the way first, so I think we'll be okay. We don't want to cover up our there. I'm just going to, should have stopped with the glue. I'm going to wipe off the back of this in case I have any over there. Okay. Now we're going to dimensional the birds. Put one at the top and one at the bottom on here. And the same on the other bird. Easy peasy. Okay. Now, oh, these face the other way. These face there. No, they don't. There we go. Thought I had it backwards for a minute. Kind of wanting them to be a little bit on the branch part itself, but I wanted one lower and one higher. So I'm going with that. And I kind of like them touching on that other one, but we'll spread them out a little on this one. Y'all can see which one you like better if you're going to recreate the card. And there we have the front of our card, except for embellishments. Do y'all like them touching like this one, or do you like them a little with a little space there? I think they kind of need to be a little bit closer. I may see if that will move for me. There we go. And if they're that close, they might as well be overlapping just a teeny bit. There we go. I like that. Hope y'all do too. Yay. Okay, now we're just going to add a couple of embellishments and we'll be done. How about that? Quick and easy. Told you. Okay, so on this card, I used the iridescent, what are they called? Iridescent rhinestones basic jewels. And isn't that pretty? That set, I've got one already open. And I think it picks up the colors really well of the navy and the coral, Calypso coral in there. So you just, and there's not really I have not found a lot of cards that these big ones will work with. But my goodness, with as much layering as we have, we might as well put a big old embellishment, don't you think? So we're going to put that one down there. And then we want to draw attention to our greeting. So we'll put one up here. And then we'll put a smaller one because these come in 3 sizes. So let's see where we want that. I think we want that in that little space right there above the H. And I think we have it. I'm going to move that just a well, maybe not. We're going to leave that right where it is. Okay, and I think 3 is plenty. And those are the iridescent rhinestone basic jewels that come in 3 sizes. And they really work with a lot of different colors. That number is 158130 if y'all are interested in a pack of those. And so which one do y'all like? Leave me a comment if you would. And let me know if you like the little bit straighter lines, less distressing. This one doesn't have any of the crumb cake dots. I'm trying to get it where you can still see, but close up. See how we're plain here, and we've got the crumb cake dots here. And we've got the crumb cake dots in the background there, and we don't there. So do you like it cleaner, or do you like more dots? Kind of would love to know if y'all are, what you think. All right. Thanks again for tuning in. And I will be doing a bunch of videos and posting some blog posts with a lot of my alternatives for these cards coming up, about 12 to share with you. So thanks again for tuning in. Y'all have a great day. Thank you, Deborah. I'm glad you let me know who you are and where are you from. Would love to know. Thanks. You like, okay, beautiful. You like the one with more dots. Got it. You like this one. All right. Well, do you have either one of these sets? Do you have the Notes of Nature, Deborah? I love that. And if you haven't seen my videos before, I did a whole series with the Nature Sweetness Suite. So you might really enjoy those. And then I have this one coming up with the Flight Airy DSP. So it's a great one to have. Yeah. But it's good to see you on, Deborah, and please share if you've got some crafty friends who might be interested. Please share the video, and please subscribe to my blog at createwithkelly.com. Y'all have a great week. If you have any questions or need any products, I'm happy to help. I love Stampin' Up, and I love sharing my creativity and ideas that the good Lord gave me, so I'm happy to share. Thank you so much. Have a great week. Bye-bye. Hope you have better weather than we do coming up. Bye.